Hey guys, Comics here, and today I will be covering Uzumaki by Junji Ito, Chapter 6. Now, as I've said before, each chapter uses the motif of the spiral to show a certain kind of obsession. So let's see what the town of Kuroso-cho will have for us today. Now let's get into it. The chapters start out real grim, real fast, as Kiri narrates how a classmate of hers fell from the top of the school building. He died attempting to grab other students' attention by doing acrobats on the handrail. He is eerily smiling as the shocked crowd surrounds his body. Kiri talks to her friend about how he shouldn't have been so dumb about it, but her friend Sakino understands why he did it. Sakino says how lately she's been craving attention and she wants to stand out, but Kiri disagrees and dislikes it. Sakino further explains that she doesn't want to make a fuss, but just wants to be seen. Kiri goes to Suichi's house and tells him what happened. Suichi puts together that the entire town is contaminated by the spiral rather than just a few cases. Kiri, despite witnessing all the weird shit like this and this and this, she scoffs at Suichi like he's a crazy conspiracy theorist and doesn't understand how it's all tied to the spiral. He explains how the spiral pattern itself mesmerized the viewer, so anyone who is obsessed with gaining attention is already infected. Kiri then worries that her friend might be infected. Suichi randomly mentions that Kiri should probably cut her hair since it's getting long. Okay, Suichi, mind your beeswax. The next day at school, everyone is staring at her, and her friend Sakino asks what she did to her hair. Kiri looks back, and her hair is all rolled up at the ends. Kiri heads to the bathroom to get rid of the curls, and Sakino helps her by braiding her hair. During the class lecture, Kiri's braid just magically unties itself and curls up even more than before. Kiri, sick of her hair, then goes to the salon to get her hair cut. As the woman holds the scissors near her hair, it suddenly comes to life and attacks the poor lady. Poor Kiri gets choked out every time someone tries to help her or when she asks someone else to cut it off. Her hair is feeling itself and becomes bigger and more extravagant. Whoop, looks like her family likes her new look too, with how their eyes are. Kiri returns to school as her hair continues to mesmerize those around her, as it changes its style every now and then to keep attention. A teacher yelled at her for having crazy hair, but her hair puts him in his place. Sakino is jealous that Kiri has been getting so much attention lately and takes it as a challenge. Girl, do you not see her hair moving around on its own? Is that not weird? Okay, but you want that? Alright. Kiri's hair basically becomes a leash and just pulls her to where large crowds gather to collect more attention. She spots Suichi in the audience, but he runs away. And poor Kiri breaks down in the middle of the crowd and realizes she has very little energy left to leave town. The next day, Sakino stepped up to the challenge and got her hair to be equally extravagant. They have a face-off or a hair-off to see who is the fiercest one. Kiri is just over all of it and tired, while Sakino is all in this non-existent competition. Her hair reaches forward and chokes Kiri, while Kiri's hair fights back. Suichi comes in, clutch to save Kiri, but gets consumed by her hair entirely. Sakino takes this as a submission to defeat and declares herself as the most attractive girl and leads the whole crowd elsewhere. Okay. Suichi is able to cut his way out and shakes Kiri awake. She asks what happened and he responds that her hair must have been draining energy from her to grow. We then see Sakino prancing around town showing off her curls. Her life is getting sucked out of her by the second and rests on a nearby telephone pole. Her hair envelops the entire pole, sucking every drop of life she has, leaving her corpse as it continues to entice the town for hours. Ooh, that is not a pretty look, girl. Can you guess what today's obsession is all about? Yep, as Suichi mentioned earlier, it is about the obsession of getting attention. Now, Ito showcases it through our two characters, Kiri and Sakino, as their hair becomes alive and curly. And I think he chose their hair because hair is often used to show our unique selves and to, in a sense, gain attention from others. But of course, their hair takes a life on its own and sucks the life out of them. But Sakino doesn't mind because that's what she wanted. And she got it through the very end, even though it killed her. She was willing to sacrifice it all just to be in the center of attention and the most attractive girl in town, apparently. Well, Kiri, on the other hand, just happened to have curly hair and happened upon to have attention, even though she did not want to be in the spotlight. She just happened to be, and she couldn't really cut it off because her hair would kill her. Poor thing, oh my god. Now, of course, I don't think there's anything bad about wanting attention or to be seen, as Sakino has mentioned earlier in the chapter. And I don't think it should be antagonized. It's kind of weird to antagonize others who want attention. I've met people who kind of judge others based on just based on thinking the other person is doing certain things, wearing certain things, doing things with the hair, wearing makeup just to have attention. But no. I mean, me personally, I wear certain clothes because I like it, not to, I don't know, others look at me. I like looking good. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if you don't want to dress up or do whatever, you just want to be comfortable, I don't think that's anything wrong with that either. Do you, man. As long as you're not hurting anyone, then what's the harm? Now Sakino, Kiri's friend, took it kind of weird way to gain attention, especially when Kiri started gaining attention. She took it as a challenge, which is odd. But there are some people out there who look at other people and like, oh, okay, I see. This is a challenge, huh? Okay, I'm gonna compete with you. And then they're in this weird imaginary competition, and the other person doesn't even know that they're in the competition. They're just being themselves. So Ito showcases that kind of person, wanting attention, I think, for the wrong reasons. Or, I don't know, it's pretty toxic reasons. If your motivation is to compete with someone, I think that's kind of odd. Just be you, whatever you is. As long as you're not hurting anyone. Again. Ito then extends the moral of the story of how keeping the attention really burns you out. In this case, their hair is their source of attention, but it is sucking the life out of them. And essentially, I mean, with Kiri's case, she is being dragged by her hair, and she does not want any part of it. But she is unable to cut it off, unfortunately, until Suichi is able to cut it off. After being entangled, of course. Ito made the character's hair a life of their own because it kind of shows, in a sense, two personas. One that is curating or getting attention from other people, and the one that is the daily private life. Now, paralleling this to social media or the internet in general, the internet is basically the hair. It is trying to mesmerize people, trying to get their attention, but it's sucking out their energy and your emotional energy to keep it up, especially on the daily. I mean, she can't cut part of her hair off, so she has no break. So she's just so tired every day and just being dragged. And no, it sucks because, I mean, in the town, they don't notice that the characters are being drained. They just see the nice, extravagant hair. So I think that's what Ito is trying to convey through these characters. Now, in Sakino's case, she does not mind sacrificing herself for that intention, which is unfortunate because, you know. Private life is ultimately dominated by the other persona, dragging you along to wherever it goes. In conclusion, I think it's perfectly fine to want attention, and it's perfectly fine to not want attention. Either way, you just do you, and as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're not hurting yourself, I think just do you. You know, don't mind other people and take care of yourselves. But what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!